right, ready to dive in. Today, it's Gluco6.
Gluco6.
Yeah, this supplement. They're making some pretty big claims about blood sugar. Whole website about it. And, well, you know me. I got to get to the bottom of this stuff. Especially when they throw around Harvard research. Always makes me a little suspicious.
Oh, for sure. That always raises an eyebrow. The science of blood sugar, though,
Yeah.
super fascinating. So I'm intrigued.
Me too. And, a lot of people are looking for those natural solutions, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Gluco6. The whole thing hinges on these GLUT4 receptors.
Okay.
They say these receptors are like essential for controlling glucose, but that all the hidden sugars in our food, it's like they're overloading the system, making it harder to manage everything.
Right, like too much traffic for the receptors to handle.
Exactly. So is that basically the gist of it?
Yeah, pretty much. They're not entirely off base. GLUT4 receptors are proteins on the surface of our cells. Think of them as doorways for glucose to get in.
Okay, doorways. I like that.
When you eat, blood sugar rises, and then insulin comes along. It's like the key, right? Signals those GLUT4 doorways to open up. So glucose can move from your blood into your cells for energy.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
But so where does Gluco6 fit into all this? How does it supposedly help with this traffic jam?
Well, they claim it boosts the function of those GLUT4 receptors.
Okay.
Which, in theory, could lead to, more stable blood sugar.
Well,
and maybe help avoid those energy crashes we all get after a sugary snack.
makes sense. But what's their secret weapon? They talk about this sucre ingredient. They call it a healthy sugar.
Healthy sugar?
Yeah, it's a little counterintuitive, isn't it? Can a sugar actually help manage blood sugar?
It does sound a bit paradoxical, yeah. But not all sugars are the same.
Right. We've got simple sugars like glucose, fructose. Those get absorbed quickly, cause those rapid blood sugar spikes.
Right.
And then there are complex sugars. Those are in whole grains and veggies. They're broken down more slowly, gentler impact on blood sugar.
Okay, so maybe this sucre is in that good sugar category. It's possible, but without knowing exactly what sucre is, hard to say for sure how it affects things.
Fair enough. But wait, there's more. Gluco6 also has this whole Super 6 lineup of ingredients.
Super 6?
Yeah. Teacrine, gymnema, chromium, cinnamon, green tea. Some of those sound familiar, but do they actually do anything for blood sugar?
Some of them have a history in traditional medicine, yeah. And there's been some preliminary research suggesting they might help regulate blood sugar.
Okay.
Like chromium, for example. It's a trace mineral, plays a role in insulin signaling.
I've heard of that.
Basically helps improve insulin sensitivity. So your cells are more responsive to insulin signals, to open those GLUT4 doors.
So chromium's like what, a communication booster for insulin?
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. What about the rest of this Super 6?
Well, cinnamon has shown some promise. Might mimic insulin's effects, helps cells use glucose more efficiently.
Okay.
And then there's gymnema, been used in Ayurvedic medicine for ages. Might reduce sugar cravings and slow down sugar absorption in the gut.
Wow, that's interesting. So some of these ingredients do have like a bit of scientific backing.
Yeah.
But what about this specific combination and the dosage they use in Gluco6?
Yeah.
Is that the breakthrough part?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? While these ingredients on their own might have some benefits, we don't have enough research to definitively say if this particular combination in Gluco6 really works.
Got it. So we need to see if the research actually backs up their claims. Speaking of convincing claims, their website is full of these glowing testimonials. People saying they've lost weight, got more energy, even overcome food anxieties. It's pretty tempting stuff.
It is.
But I guess we have to remember those are just individual experiences, right?
Exactly. Personal experiences can be powerful, but they're anecdotal, don't necessarily reflect what everyone will experience.
True.
We need to look at the scientific evidence that applies to a larger group of people.
Right. What works for one person might not work for another.
Yeah.
Good reminder to stay critical, even when we see those feel-good success stories. Now, while we're talking about blood sugar, for anyone listening who wants to explore natural ways to manage diabetes, there's a great website for that. It's called Discover the Secrets to Curing Diabetes Naturally.
Oh, interesting.
It's at https://bit.ly official web Gluco6. They have a ton of information on natural approaches. We'll put the link in the episode description too.
Sounds like a good resource.
Yeah, definitely. But let's get back to Gluco6. They do try to back up their claims with scientific references on their website linking to studies. What did you find when you looked into those?
Well, it's a bit of a mixed bag, to be honest.
Hmm.
Some of the research, it's promising, but it doesn't look at this specific combination of ingredients that's in Gluco6.
Okay.
It's like saying apples are good for you and oranges are good for you, so fruit salad must be a superfood.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I get it. So they're kind of picking and choosing research that just supports each ingredient on its own, but not necessarily their special blend. What about studies on this sucre? Did you find anything solid on that?
That's where it gets a little fuzzy. I couldn't find any peer-reviewed research specifically on sucre.
Hmm.
Could be a proprietary blend,
Hmm.
or just a made-up name. But without more information, it's hard to say if it's legit, scientifically speaking.
Yeah, that's a little iffy. You'd think if it were a big deal, there'd be some real science to back it up. But hey, they offer a 60-day money-back guarantee.
Oh, right.
Maybe that makes people feel better about trying it.
It's a common tactic for supplements,
All right.
trying to reduce the risk for the customer.
Right, like, hey, if it doesn't work, you get your money back.
Exactly.
But shouldn't we decide to try something based on more than just a refund policy?
100%. A money-back guarantee might make you feel a little safer, but it shouldn't be the main reason you try a supplement. We got to be smart about this stuff, do our research.
Absolutely. So what's the takeaway here? How do our listeners sort through all these claims when it comes to supplements like this?
Become a health detective.
Okay, I like that.
Don't just take marketing at face value. Look deeper. Find the scientific evidence. Talk to your doctor. Make informed choices.
Such good advice.
Mm.
And speaking of being informed, we mentioned a website earlier. It might be helpful for anyone wanting to learn more about managing blood sugar naturally.
Right, right.
Discover the secrets to curing diabetes naturally.
That's the one.
It's a really good resource, covers a lot of natural approaches, evidence-based info. It's at https://bit.official/web-gluco6. And of course, we'll have the link in the episode description as well.
That's great. Always good to have reliable information.
Totally. Okay, back to Gluco6. We've covered their claims, ingredients, the research, marketing tactics, the whole shebang. What's the bottom line for our listeners thinking about this supplement?
Well, Gluco6 may have some ingredients that have shown a little promise in early research,
Okay.
but whether their formula is really effective and those claims they make, that needs more research. Not enough evidence to say it's a miracle cure or a surefire solution for blood sugar problems.
I got you. And that sucre thing is still a bit of a question mark. This whole deep dive actually makes me wonder, if there really was a revolutionary, scientifically proven cure for blood sugar, wouldn't we all know about it by now?
You're right, breakthroughs happen, but they go through a lot of testing. Peer review, scrutiny by the whole scientific community. If there were a magic bullet for blood sugar, it wouldn't be hush-hush.
Exactly. It would be everywhere, not just on some supplement website. So what's the final takeaway for our listeners? What should they remember when they see these kinds of health claims?
Be a critical thinker. Be an informed consumer. Don't be swayed by marketing or testimonials or even those money-back guarantees. Look for solid scientific proof. Understand the ingredients and consider the potential risks and benefits.
And talk to your doctor. They can give you personalized advice based on your health needs and goals. It's so easy to get excited about a miracle cure, but taking a step back and being a little skeptical is really important.
Absolutely. And remember, there are a lot of different approaches to managing health. Conventional therapies, alternative therapies. It's about finding what works best for you. And that usually means combining lifestyle changes with medical guidance and good information.
So true. It's about taking control of your health journey and making smart decisions based on facts. And talking about good information, that website we mentioned, Discover the Secrets to Curing Diabetes Naturally, it's a great place to start.
Yeah, it's a really good resource for exploring those natural options.
You can find it at https://bit.official/web-gluco6, or just click the link in the episode description. Well, we've broken down the claims, looked at the ingredients, analyzed the marketing tactics of Gluco6. I hope our listeners feel ready to tackle the world of health supplements and make good decisions about their well-being.
That's what we're here for. Knowledge is power, and thinking critically is key.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep on diving deep.